7 oldest technologies scientists still can't explain. Thousands of years ago, great minds managed to create incredible technologies that were way ahead of their time. Like a fire that couldn't be extinguished by water, an unbreakable medieval sword, and even the ancient computer from 200 B.C.E. You'd be surprised to find out what crazy inventions existed back then that science still can't explain today. So, what are these ancient technologies and inventions that science still can't explain? And do you think that computers are a modern invention? What about sound chambers that can amplify what someone says by 100 times or more? Or calendars that can be recalibrated from one year to the next? Nanotechnology, cataract surgery, steel that is flexible yet can cut through a handkerchief in midair, or a flying machine equipped with a manual for traveling long distances. All of these inventions sound modern, but they're actually ancient, and they absolutely befuddle modern researchers. We don't know the functions of many of these ancient inventions, but they were made, or how ancient people, lacking modern technology, could have made them. For now, much is left to speculation. Before we begin, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Number 1. The mother of ancient high technology was the Antikythera device. The Antikythera Mechanism is an ancient Greek hand-powered ori, described as the first analog computer, the oldest known example of such a device used to predict astronomical positions and eclipses for calendars and astrological purposes decades in advance. It could also be used to track the 4-year cycle of athletic games, which was similar to an Olympiad. The cycle was the ancient Olympic Games. This artifact was retrieved from the sea in 1901 and identified on the 17th of May 1902 as containing a gear by archaeologist Valerio Stias. Researchers have spent decades trying to uncover the mysteries of the Antikythera device, but they cannot determine its function or how to use it. It may have been connected to the zodiac and phase of the moon, along with lunar and solar eclipses, but we really just don't know. Number 2. The Romans had nanotechnology. In the 1950s, the British Museum in London acquired a 1600-year-old Roman chalice, known as the Lycurgus cup. The Lycurgus cup is a 4th century Roman glass cage cup made of dichroic glass, which shows a different color depending on whether or not light is passing through it. Red when lit from behind and green when lit in front of it. It is the only complete Roman glass object made from this type of glass, and the only exhibiting the most impressive change in color. It has been described as the most spectacular glass of the period, fittingly decorated, which we know to have existed. The dichroic effect is achieved by making the glass with tiny proportions of nanoparticles of gold and silver dispersed in colloidal form throughout the glass material. In the 1990s, researchers studying broken fragments from the cup found that the answer lay in an ancient use of nanotechnology. The Roman craftsmen who had built the cup had ground down gold particles until they were only 50 nanometers across, less than 1/1000th the size of a grain of salt. The precision of the work indicates that by the time the cup was made, the Romans were masters of nanotechnology. Number 3. The ancient Romans made better concrete than we do. Concrete was used extensively by the ancient Romans in their building projects, and it was both superior in quality and environmental impact to what we use today. To create their concrete, they mixed the lime with volcanic rock before adding seawater. The salty water triggered a chemical reaction that made the substance incredibly sturdy. Analysis of the chemical and molecular makeup of the ancient concrete revealed that it incorporated minerals that could be used to create modern high-performance concrete. Whereas modern concrete is designed to last for 50 years, ancient Roman concrete has lasted for more than 2,000 years, often underwater. Number 4. An ancient Greek invented the steam engine. Aeolipile, a steam turbine invented in the 1st century AD by Huron of Alexandria and described in his Pneumatica. The aeolipile was a hollow sphere mounted so that it could turn a pair of hollow tubes that provided steam to the sphere from a cauldron. The steam escaped from the sphere from one or more bent tubes, projecting from its equator, causing the sphere to revolve. The aeolipile is the first known device to transform steam into rotary motion. Like many other machines of the time that demonstrated basic mechanical principles, it was simply regarded as a curiosity or a toy. It was not used for any practical purpose. Number 5. The first battery may be 2,000 years old. The Baghdad battery was discovered in 1936 in a Paleolithic village outside of the modern-day city of Baghdad in Iraq. There was actually multiple batteries, each consisting of a clay pot with a copper cylinder running the length of it. Inside the copper, the cylinder was an iron rod held in place with asphalt. In 1938, one of the researchers who performed the excavation positioned that the strange clay pots were actually ancient batteries. This theory was proven to be true when experiments made a decade later revealed that when filled with an electrolyte fluid, the pots generate 2 volts of electricity. But we have no idea what these ancient batteries powered. Number 6. Viking swords were made with technology the Norse didn't have. The Viking sword Urbrift was made of metal so pure, it baffled archaeologists. It was thought the technology that forged such metal was not invented for another 800 or more years during the Industrial Revolution. In 2014, a Viking sword was discovered that bore an Arabic inscription, lending credence to the idea that the Viking swords may have actually been made with Damascus steel. But how did they get the recipe? And how did the Vikings and Arabs engage in trade with each other when an entire continent in the Mediterranean surrendered? Number 7. Nothing beats Damascus steel, and we don't know what it really is. During the Crusades, European warriors who returned from fighting Muslim armies in the Middle East carried with them stories of the unbeatable weapons that the Muslim soldiers used. The swords made of so-called Damascus steel might have been lightsabers for the damage that they were able to cause. The problem is that we have no idea how Damascus steel was made or what it was even composed of. It may have been made by smelting iron with plant matter, which would have given it the flexible seen in the anecdotal accounts, but we don't know what that plant matter may have been or the process that the blacksmiths used to create Damascus steel.